Hello, my name is Xonevant. Today is Wednesday, February the 4th, and it seems that Valve may have cracked the motion sickness issue with the VR headset. Let's talk about it right here on The Daily Dose. So I've talked about VR before on this channel, a couple of commentaries actually about it, and you guys know my stance. I'm excited that we are trying to do something new in the gaming industry, but I do have my doubts. I do have my reservations. I think that VR is really going to be cool for things like taking virtual vacations and Google Maps and stuff like that, being able to just put the visor on and be there and that sort of thing, maybe for school purposes, educational purposes. But for playing video games, not so much, at least in the beginning of things. That's always been kind of what my idea was, right? That it's going to be good for other things first, and it's going to take years for it to catch on to the video game space. Very similar to how the Wii was, right? With the motion controls, everybody got excited, and then, it didn't really work out the way that Nintendo, I think, even wanted it to. And I think the same thing may be happening with VR. But now, saying all that, one of my issues was the motion sickness factor that comes along with VR. Everybody says, oh, I get sick, and there's been reports of people throwing up and stuff like that, and it's like, the last thing I want to do is buy this piece of gear, come home to play a game, put it on, play for 20 minutes, and then vomit all over my floor, right? That's not how I want to spend my Friday night. You see what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to throw up, right? So apparently the people over at Valve and Gabe Newell and all those guys, I know a lot of you guys love Gabe Newell. I've seen the memes and stuff. I think Darker XZ brings it up a lot in the comments. It trips me out every time he says it. But they've supposedly figured it out. Now I'm going to go ahead and read this to you guys. It says, a newly announced motion tracking technology, which Valve says it will distribute freely to hardware partners, is said to use lasers which can read the position of the VR helmet and reproduce a person's real-world movements with exceptional accuracy. The tech, which is called Lighthouse, is believed to be crucial in eliminating motion sickness. He claims that 0% of people got motion sickness when trying Valve's system. Now the article goes on to say that the device has a 1200 by 1800 pixel screen in front of each eye with a refresh rate of 90 frames per second, and that it claims to eliminate the jitter which is commonly found in the headsets, which produces that motion sickness. Now, does this change my opinion about VR? It helps. It helps me because that was a big deal, right? Getting sick. At the same time, though, I just got a feeling that the games that are going to come with this VR headset is not going to be what we are expecting them to be. I think it's going to be a while before it actually catches on and the games can catch up to the technology. And, these devs have got to learn how to code for this thing and figure out all these different, 3D spaces that they're putting us in and all that kind of stuff. And while I think that is probably going to be the next big thing in gaming, it's going to be that leap that I think the industry needs, I just don't know if it's going to catch on as quick as we expect or as they expect. But we'll see. I'm not that close to this particular product, right? I've never even tried it on myself, so what do I know? I'm just a guy. But in my mind, because I've been around the gaming industry for a very long time, I just hope it's not that next gimmicky type thing. I don't feel like it's going to be, because they've invested so much money into it, and it's not going to be one of those fly-by-night things that come out. They're really, really putting the time into getting this thing right. But something tells me that it's just not going to be, it's not going to quickly pick up as much as they want it to inside the industry, right? I think it's going to take a couple of years. We know that Sony's doing one, and I think there's some other third-party company that they're trying to do one too. It's not just going to be one. There's going to be a couple on the market. So there will be some competition, which is great for us, right? Because we can get some price drops. But I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait to see what it does. This is not going to be something that I buy on the first day or probably even the first year. I'm really going to sit back on this one and just see where it goes. I'm interested in it, but at the same time, I just don't know how it's actually going to work at the end of the day. But this is a great problem to have supposedly fixed, and if this is true, then we're definitely heading in the right direction, because none of us have to throw up and get sick when we play our games, which is great. But I think we still have a little bit of a ways to go on this. But you guys can let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow.